Hey everybody on YouTube, how are you all doing out there? Maybe I should move the mic up just a bit. I don't want to make anyone deaf. Of course, you could always deal with the volume on your own computer. But anyways, I have this new earphones and mic. Actually, it's an old set that I've had for a while. The little cushions on these, they didn't have any. They were just like gone. But through cleaning my place, and I pretty much spent all day cleaning and organizing, and there's still more things to do, but sections in my apartment look actually really good, especially this section right here. Just did some the the commands chair, where everything happens, like the spider in the middle of her web, So, okay, I do like Spider-Man. And anyways, this video be about two problems, a solution to two problems. And the two problems are different, but they will help each other. The first problem is the drought that's going over in the middle, I think it's the middle part of the country. Definitely not the northeast, because we just had some more rain today. We had rain, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and there's still, more rain yet to come. So, even though I think last day we didn't get as much rain, so it's kind of weird. So it'd be the solution to the drought. Because they say that the prices of many of our food, our produce, is going to be going up. Mainly, the corn crop, which means everything in the grocery store is going to go up. Now, is everything made with corn, or do they put corn in other products? Well, yeah, they do. It's called high fructose corn syrup. It's made by corn, a special corn, and it's as sweet as sugar, but it also has some of the failings. If you eat too much of it, you can end up getting cirrhosis of the liver if you eat too much of high fructose corn syrup. Now, they put high fructose corn syrup in 90–95% of the products out there. Read your labels. Just go in the store. Don't take my word for it. Go in the store, read your labels, and you will see just how many foods have high fructose corn syrup in them. So anyways, food's going to be going up. Fruits, vegetables, they're all going to be going up. I mean, they're expensive now as it is. Don't ask me why. It's supposed to be good for you, but they're more expensive. It's crazy. So the other problem is jobs. We need to find a way where more people can actually work, get an income, be part of the community that they live in. So the solution to those two problems, would be, and I think YouTube's going kind of slow. Maybe it's my computer. Who knows? Maybe it's time to actually do a cleanup of my computer. Anyways, the solution to those two problems is building indoor gardens. you know, indoor climate, climate control gardens. So we definitely would have to employ, the scientists and the engineers to actually monitor the whole thing. But, we also need to have the people to build it, the designers to design it, the builders to build it, workers to work in there, just keeping up the systems, and of course janitors to clean. So we need all those people. And these indoor gardens, they're multi-stories. 3, 4, 5 stories. You can probably start with there, a 5-story garden. And there's many places in a city where businesses have closed, and the section is just going downhill. So why not revitalize those areas and create these indoor gardens throughout the country, throughout cities? And that would do two things. That would give the food that we need to have a prosperous economy and prosperous country, using our innovative knowledge, because us Americans are mega innovators. So two things there. And we would just have the food that we need, the food and the jobs per community, per city. And they could sell this food to the local communities at discounted prices, because, and see, the other thing too with these indoor climate controlled buildings, they can grow year round. In a small little area, instead of having these big farms that take up a lot of land, you take all these lands and you go up with it. Either each floor would have their own climate to grow certain types of vegetables and fruits. Bottom floor we could probably, grow the corn that we need to, with a high fructose corn syrup and all that crap. So it's that right there. We could even create buildings. This is kind of going on to get to, solve the gas thing. Like there's a algae that have been growing that could make a biofuel. So anyways, but by having these indoor gardens, indoor climate control gardens, we wouldn't have to worry about the temperature outside. We wouldn't have to worry about not enough rain, too hot, too cold, because we would just, control all that in the building. The only thing is the energy. You could even put like solar or wind up on top of the roof to help gather the energy for these buildings, in addition to the normal energy that's coming into. And that building can support, people working, and people working in the community, and also people getting enough food to eat in the community. There would be no reason why people would have to go hungry in our communities. There is no reason at all for people to have to go hungry. We have the technology to create these indoor climate control gardens, multi-story climate control gardens. We have this technology. We can grow gardens in Antarctica, in the desert, North Pole, you name it. We can grow food there. You know, we can grow. You know, and they can use different technologies. They could use a soilless hydroponics. You know, keeping scientists employed too. You know, and that also will help bring more higher paying jobs to the communities, because that's what we need. We need more higher paying jobs in the community, because it's these higher paying jobs in the community that will pay for higher education and even lower education. You know, instead of the communities getting their money from the government, the communities will get their money from the community. You know? And the communities would not have to want. So anyways, hopefully this video gets out, this idea gets out, and I think it will, because it is an idea whose time has come. We just need some people to, you know, pay for it, to create these buildings. You know, create these climate-controlled indoor gardens. We need to. You know, maybe this drought would help force us to do that. You know, that's what we need. You know, so, because there's no reason why people in this country that has to go without eating. You know, and this goes with other countries as well. The other countries can build their own indoor gardens as well. You know, the places in Africa, you know, where they're starving. They wouldn't have to be starving anymore, because they have, you know, they'll have the food that they need. You know? We need to have not only the innovation to solve the problems that we face, but we also have to be, you know, have that love for community. You know, love your neighbor. You know, it does mention that in the Bible. You know, the majority of 10 Commandments have to deal with your neighbor. How you should deal with your neighbor. There's only 3 commandments that talk about God or the higher lives. All the rest talk about how we should behave to our neighbors. You know, be nice. You know, have compassion. Use our innovation to create stuff. You know, instead of causing fear and division, and that is going on in this country, and you would think having a black president would help bring people together. You know, because that's what happened. You know, Martin Luther King and all them way back, they helped bring people together. They help bring compassion. But there really hasn't been any compassion coming out of, I mean, he talks a good game, but, you know, talking is cheap. Where are the actions? You know? By having, you know, it seemed like everything that he created falls, you know, he was just trying to get the national government to do more and more and more and more and more for the people, and of course that is impossible financially. You know, an idiot would know that. That there would come a time, a point where it could not be sustained, and we probably are at that point right now. You know, where the government can't sustain the people. So what's next? It has to go back down to the community. That's where it started, and that's where it's got to go. Back to the community. The whole Constitution of the United States is based on the community, states' rights. You know? So, and we haven't really had a candidate that talks about that. You know, I long for a libertarian to, you know, a popular libertarian running for president that has those ideas, a Thomas Jefferson-like person, you know. And the Democratic Party of Jefferson time, it's not the same Democratic Party as this time. If Jefferson was alive nowadays, he'd be a libertarian. So anyways, that's the solution to the problems. You know, and there's nothing that we can't do if we put our minds and our hearts to it. You know, we got to have the compassion, and we also have to have the fortitude to create these things. I mean, we've created monuments in the past. You know, the Panama Canal, the pyramids, Empire State Building. You know, all these are monumental tasks. You know, we are up to the challenge of creating these indoor gardens. And then we wouldn't have to worry about the weather, drought, hot, cold. We'd still be able to have our fruits and vegetables in the wintertime around here in New England, because we have a winter. California, well, Southern California, they don't have a winter. You know, but, you know, it's that. You know, and even also some of these like really old housings, you know, why not have all the owners get together, get into a partnership type, like yeah, you know, a partnership corporation where they rebuild all those buildings and create like this massive complex, where, you know, massive modern complex that people can live comfortably in. You know, all these things we can do. Why aren't we? Why? Instead of attacking people, let's get to work. Let's do these things instead of just thinking about them. If I had the money, if I won mega money in a lottery, billions of dollars in a lottery, I would start the process. Now, winning, you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than winning the lottery, even though some people do. But you know, the money is there. We just have to have the people to do it, to work. You know, So anyways, be in compassion, be in love. Get your shovel and work, and let's all work to try and solve the problems that we need to solve to make a better future. So anyways, that is it. Thank you for watching and listening. Hopefully the quality of this video isn't too bad. I think the video stuff, rectified itself. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And how do we solve the problems and create solutions for those problems? We stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you all.